Before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know that over 90% of you watching this video aren't even subscribed to the channel. So if this is something you like, basketball related content, then be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an upload. And also please be sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss an upload. And also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. That makes a big difference in helping this channel grow. With that being said, back to the video. What's going on, guys? So we are officially a few weeks away. I think it is about 4 weeks away from the playoffs and the whole play-in situation thing. That's about 4 weeks away from now. So first of all, this season honestly did go by really quickly. I think like it was just like that. We're already almost in the playoffs. So that's crazy to think about, just how time is going by ridiculously quickly. But other than that, I wanted to talk about in this video a team that is honestly on fire right now. I think that's fair to say. Like the video before that, I talked about the Knicks and just how much of a run they've been on. They're on a 9-game winning streak. They've been, a big surprise this season that no one really expected. They came out of nowhere and they're playing really well. So there's another team though that right now they're on a really good stretch and they've been winning a lot of games. They're on an 8-game winning streak. They've won 10 of their last 11. And, they're worth talking about. And this is the Washington Wizards. Now, this is a team that has had a very, it's been a roller coaster for them. A lot of up and downs with them. So, in the beginning of the season, with the Wizards, first of all, let's just say this. I don't know what the expectations were with the John Wall, Russell Westbrook trade, because I thought that they would be a solid playoff team. I thought they had the pieces to, be, a 6-7 seed. I genuinely believe that. Maybe I was wrong in thinking that way. Clearly I was. I just didn't think that the Wizards would be in the position that they are right now, where they're just barely fighting for a play-in tournament spot. But in the beginning of the season, everything looked rough. Westbrook was just not looking good. Everyone was, talking about how he was washed and stuff. Bradley Beal was playing out of his mind, scoring-wise, putting up all these incredible numbers. He was putting up all these 40-point games, 30-point games, out the wazoo, just constantly, right? And it got to the point where it was just he was putting up these incredible numbers, but the Wizards were just bad. They were terrible. And it got to the point where we're okay, Bradley Beal has to go. There's no way he can stay on this team. He has been putting up all these incredible numbers, and this team is still trash. So, I was one of those people too. I was you got to get Bradley Beal out of there. But, they decided to stick with the team. And there was a lot of questions about, hey, is Russell Westbrook washed? Is his, career on a downward trend? But, and also, by the way, let me just say this. They got hit with COVID early, and all their guys basically were out for 2 weeks. A bunch of postponed games. Their schedule was, because of that, really weird. It was just so inconsistent. Constant, back-to-backs and, constant, road stretches where they were away from home for a long time. The schedule was really messed up, and COVID did not really help with that. So the Wizards, in that sense, got very unlucky, right? But in terms of on-court play, it was just ugly, right? There was no real scheme. There was no real system that they had going that you could say, okay, this is what the Wizards do that helps them win games, right? Because it was just kind of okay, Westbrook will have the ball and he'll do whatever. Bradley Beal will get the ball and he'll take a shot. There wasn't really anything else that was going on. And then on defense, they just were not good either. So, also you had to take into the account Thomas Bryant, who was their center, who was actually a pretty solid piece for them, tore his ACL early in the season. So that was, out the gate, a big blow for them. So, that's just been another, in and out thing for them. Davis Bertans, who got a huge bag this offseason, was very, he was just on a big slump. So that just did not help them at all. You're supposed to be, a top 3-point shooter, and you just could not make a shot. That was not good. Denny Avdia was just he was kind of up and down, but I don't think the expectations were as high for him. He's a rookie. He's still going to learn and get better. And like I said, they won 8 in a row, 10 of their last 11. Their record is 27-33, which is still not good, but this is the East we're talking about, to be honest. They're the 10th seed right now, so they are positioning themselves to be in a play-in team now. So, could this Wizards team make the playoffs? Now, a lot has to go right for them, and a lot of it has to depend on what the play-in tournament's going to look like, because based on what the standings look like right now, they are, I believe, 3.5 games ahead of the Bulls. So I don't see anyone else in the East catching up to them in the standings unless the Raptors go on a crazy run in this final stretch, which I highly doubt. They've been bad. So, and also the Bulls, I was gonna say the Bulls could, put up a fight, but Zach LaVine's out. I think that's done. Forget about the Bulls. So the Wizards to me are a lock for the play-in tournament. So that's, that alone is actually kind of a surprise given how bad they were in the season and how things looked. That it was just an ugly stretch from like December to like February. It was just bad. So, it's good to see them doing this. And honestly, I'm happy that this is happening because Westbrook he's still great. Like, that's a whole nother video that I have to do later on. But Russell Westbrook is still like elite, like incredible. And he's putting up, again, like incredible numbers like he always does. But again, it always gets overlooked because of the wins. And you can say, oh, the wins matter. And I would agree with that. But then you can acknowledge how well Westbrook's playing without having to bring up wins and losses every time. Westbrook is doing incredible things. He's been doing it for years. And just because he's on a not so great team, it doesn't lessen that. That's what I'm going to say about that. But Westbrook's been terrific. He had a slump for sure, but he's gotten better. Bradley Beal has continued to be an elite scorer. He's, I think, the scoring champion this season, given anything else. So that alone has been great. Deni Avdija getting hurt, and, that was a pretty brutal injury, and he's out for the season most likely. So that definitely sucks. And, other than that, I really don't know what this other team is going to have, right? And I think part of why this Wizards team is so good, and I have to acknowledge him because he was an ex-Bull, Daniel Gafford has been terrific for them. And again, when the trade happened, I was actually really sad because I really liked Daniel Gafford, and I really thought that he was going to be a really good player, but he never got opportunities with the Bulls because the rotations were just off. He was never really getting opportunities to play his game at the high level that he got to. And now he, gets traded to the Wizards, and he is Westbrook's primary pick and roll option. And he has been pretty damn good doing it, right? He's finishing at the rim at an elite level. He has been blocking shots. His overall defense has just been great for them, making up for, not having Thomas Bryant. So that is a really good thing for them. I had to acknowledge that because, man, I'm happy watching Daniel Gafford play well. It sucks he's not doing it with the Bulls, but again, I'm happy for him. So, that's a guy who has honestly been really good for them this, recent stretch. So I hope that continues for them. But, for the play-in tournament, I think that they can make the playoffs. But, let's see what the play-in situation looks like right now. You would have the Heat and the Hornets play against each other, and then you would have the Pacers and the Wizards. So, I think the Pacers are a winnable team if you're Washington. Miles Turner's out, so you'd have to worry about Sabonis. You'd have to worry about TJ McConnell, who's, an incredible defender and a great point guard for them. So, but other than that, if you can get, Bradley Beal going, that's alone is going to be enough. This play-in tournament is such a weird thing, and I have a lot of strong opinions about it that I'll talk about maybe in another video. Maybe this week I can actually talk about it. But, if you can get Bradley Beal going, and if Westbrook continues to do what he does, I don't see them losing against the Pacers. So that's another thing. And then you win that game, and then you'd have to play whoever loses between the Heat and the Hornets. So in this situation, I'll just assume it's the Hornets. So Wizards-Hornets. Now, that's an interesting matchup. Now, who would win that? The Hornets are probably better overall. And, obviously, the Wizards have more star power, but then the Hornets have a really good overall team. Did you watch that game against the Celtics? They could not miss from three, and they're passing and everything. So the Wizards would have to put up a really good fight. But again, I would rule the star power over that. So, I'd give the Wizards a good chance of making the playoffs this year. It would not be easy. It will definitely be an uphill battle for them. I think if they can somehow squeak in a 9th, maybe even 8th, I don't even think they'll get 8th, but if they can get 9th and at least have home court for that one game, that's going to be good for them. But yeah, I think that the Wizards are going to be a playoff team this year. If I had to just, guess, given the current standings, to me, it's either the Hornets and the Wizards, and I like the Wizards in that situation, especially with the way that they've been playing right now. And if they can continue to do that And if they can be consistent with that, then yeah, I think the Wizards are going to make the playoffs this year, which is, honestly, a big deal for them considering how they started this season. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting, man, to go from where they were to, where they are now. And obviously, I think it's good for the NBA too. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are two superstars in this league, and getting them in the playoffs, even if they're going to, get swept or something by the Nets or the Sixers, having them in the playoffs is still good because they're superstars, and you want to see them play in the biggest stage in basketball. So, that's a good thing too. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you think about this Wizards team. Do you think that they can make the playoffs, or do you think that, the Hornets or some other team in the play-in tournament can knock them out? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and also turn on your notifications so that you don't miss an upload. And yeah, thank you guys as always for your continued support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.